Hey fans, how are you? Welcome to the full-time analysis of our match as we look at the last minutes of the match. So far, things looking good. Here at the match day center, the scoreline is at 3-0. The scoreline is at 3-0 in the dying minutes of the match, and it's an exciting day for us. Um, the second half has been quite different. So, where are you watching us from? Thank you for tuning in. Drop in your comments, share the link as much as you can. We have a lot lined up for you. Remember, we have a big team for FC TV that is going to do this analysis. We have Gladys who will be joining us. We have Rogers who should be joining us. So, where are you watching us from? Share with us your experience. For those who want to probably join in future shows. We have something lined up for you, which we'll be telling you at the end of this match. Um, I'm your, I'm excited today. You know, for what we have on this match day center today. We have a very nice show. Things have moved very well. I'm your host Mbakaya Kwamelimu. I'll just be taking you through these final minutes of the match, and as we count down, a nice second half for us, convincing so far, 3-0, hat trick. What else can we expect? So I'll be grabbing a few of your comments. West Kenyal here says now that he has discovered his scoring boots, actually a season nation. Now I think he's talking about Rupia, who's really taken today has been his day. Yvonne Buloma joins us. She says, it feels so nice. Yvonne, I'm with you. I know how it feels to win. Whenever Leopards wins on a day, of course, we have all the reasons to be excited. Ian Hamisi says, congratulations, I'm watching on my way to Nairobi. Thanks, Ian, for following up on the match. And for us here, this is the kind of emotions and feelings which we want to have on each match day. Babalore says he dreamt of a hat trick. So he says, congratulations to Rupia. A lot of fans who are joining us. I see with Valentino says he's in Doha, Qatar. We have Bernard. Bernard says Yamatere has eaten the cat. You know, today was one of those days. So drop in your comments, share the page. Let's have these final minutes as we recap the match. We have a comment here from Jen Haendi Wafula, who says, watching from Trans Nzoia County, I'm so happy. Of course, it's with such a result, we all have to be happy. So drop in your comments, share. One comment here from Ingwe Matere, but mbona Gora early. Enjoy this match is this match is not free. This one was on Star Times. Normally, when the match is on Star Times, we cannot air, but we have other matches which will be on free to air. Like today's Gor Mahia's match was scheduled for free to air. That's why K24 airing, and this is why they can share on their page. But who cares whether the other team shares on their page? We only care about the points. So let's celebrate a win today and subscribe to Star Times definitely. Uh, I think we have Sungutu says locked from Salama. So it's all over. It's all over in Kasarani. 3 wins out of 3. Number 9, 9 points that is. This is the best start we've had in the league since we got promoted. And who else can give us more of this analysis? So as I go through the comments, as we go through the comments and just get in the rest of the people, I'm joined by none other than Gladys Mideta. Gladys, full time
Yes,
still. What is going? How did you find the second half?
the second half was very, very much exciting. exciting. First, I'd like to say that my prediction was right, 3-0 in favor of FC Leopards.
Yes, yes.
But as I told you, Victor, during halftime, it's all about where you place yourself as um, striker. Look at the first goal. Elvis Rupia shot. It was a mistake by the goalkeeper. And as I did say earlier, that is not a defense that should have worried FC Leopards. And true to our word, they scored their first goal, and it was just the beginning of the goals.
Seven. We've had 7 shots on target, 3 goals. That is, but we had overall 12 shots. So it's a match where there was more drive, especially in the second half. I saw purpose, I saw speed, I saw focus in the kind of delivery, and Thiongo really now turned on the screw and started those deliveries into the box now where defenders can make mistakes.
And as I told you, Thiongo is one player you would want to have in the second half because of the kind of deliveries that he had. I was really anticipating to see what we would unlock from him, and look at the kind of deliveries he made. Look at the second goal. I'm telling you, that goal was the kind of goals that you want to see FC Leopards scoring. Look at the third goal by Rupia. What a header. If anyone else does not score a beautiful goal in this season, that could as well be one of the goals of the season. He went high enough. It was a good delivery. They made sure that they made 100% compensation on the mistakes that the SOFAPAKA defense was making. And even the introduction of Aswani, who is equally a lethal striker, did not scare FC Leopards, did not scare the FC Leopards defense, it did not scare the FC Leopards team. So this was a good second half, Victor. And overall, FC Leopards on to the next match. Who is the next casualty for FC Leopards?
I look at, we were talking about starting off the match with a bang, and clearly the boys went into the first match, the first minutes of the second half, and got Sofapaka off guard because Rupia's goal took them, actually destroyed Sofapaka's momentum, because definitely when they had substituted Aswani had just come in, and so their strategy was now to destroy the match and try to drop more long balls. Rupia latches onto that, and with Shaka's presence in the box, it means that Kibwage cannot overlap, neither the rest of the defenders, because the two strikers committed their strongest people in the air. So generally, those moments where they could move up and down. Second goal, another nicely done move. Uh, the performance from the wings, our players on the wing, that is Owiti and definitely Thiongo today, we can clearly say it was exemplary.
Yes, and I did tell you that once we got those crosses in, remember at halftime when we were talking about the crosses and how to make sure that um, you get complete service from them, is that you have to make sure that you're placing yourself in a position where the cross gets you as a player. Sometimes you have to come for the ball as a player, and sometimes the cross just gets you. And if it is well delivered, like as Owiti and Thiongo were delivering those crosses, it gets the right person, and when it gets the right person, it gets into the net. And that just shows you that it's like they were listening to us at halftime when we were talking about the set pieces and how they can make use of them and how we can make use of the crosses coming in to the second half. And that is exactly what they did. So at the end of the day, they got reward for doing things right, and you have to give credit to Thiongo. He has been a revelation, and I have to say, the likes of Austin coming in, they were just coming in as confidence boosters. I mean, that is a match. By the time Austin was coming in, they would have easily added another 2 goals, and this is a derby that would have ended 5-0 in favor of FC Leopards.
Looking at some of the calls from the referee, I believe there are some 2 or 3 instances when they called offside and it wasn't an offside. We would have had more goals in this match, but all in all, we take the 3 points. And crucially in this match, another confidence booster, a clean sheet in such a
A
match.
clean sheet. a match that you've won against SOFAPAKA. SOFAPAKA with the signings they have done this season, the likes of Lawrence Juma coming into SOFAPAKA. A lot of people were saying that SOFAPAKA will actually be a team to watch out for. But when you beat a team like SOFAPAKA, especially at the times that we are in right now, it just tells you that you know what you want as a team. You know you're looking forward to each game as it comes. The thing I've liked about FC Leopards is that we can actually see better mentality coming into the second half. The last three games, they've been very, very crucial. And remember last season against Gor Mahia, we lost the game in second half. So right now, when a team like FC Leopards is doing well and coming in the second half and showing mentality and showing confidence, it tells you that now we are maturing, we are becoming a team to watch out for, Victor.
The other thing which we see is that confidence booster in terms of you have two goalkeepers who can now keep clean sheets. The defense grows more in confidence and definitely adds more depth to us because now the combination between Kamura and Sichenja has kept a clean sheet consecutively with two different goalkeepers. Our back four, that is
Yes.
Mainde, Kipiegon, Kamura, and Sichenja. That is a second clean sheet for them. Consistency in their work rate and the way they man. We talked about the yellow cards change had, and our worry was what happens in the second half. Now, apparently, it seems the coach said, "I'm not going to sub the defender. I don't have an option. You strikers have now to defend, score the goals." And I remember telling you, Ochan usually says to the striker, "Score the goals. We will keep the clean sheets." Is that the kind of teamwork we should be expecting going forward?
That is exactly the kind of teamwork we need from FC Leopards. And I remember there was an instance where SOFAPAKA just got a corner and Rupia was Naomi, Nico Show, let me call you back. Hello. Sorry about that, Victor. As I was saying
It's okay.
before the small interruption, yeah, as I was saying before the small interruption, is that that is exactly the kind of the kind of defense that you need going forward. When you're facing the likes of God Mahia, who you know they are sharper when it comes to scoring, you need a defense that is very high in confidence. You need a defense that is clearing, making sure that the goalkeeper is comfortable because the defense is the first line of making sure that we get clean sheet. The other thing that we have to give credit for is if you look at the kind of defending we're doing right now, attacking and marking space at the same time. For a very long time, that is something that FC Leopards has not had. So the fact that we are able to man mark and also mark space is a very good thing. If you look at the number of chances um, um, Sofapaka had, they had about two chances where our defense was caught a little bit napping, but the kind of recovery, even if there's a time Ochan got out of goal, but look at the point the defenders were standing. The defenders were standing right in between the goal. We don't see much of that nowadays. That means that our defense is now sharp, and it means that the defense department, when it comes to training, are doing something right.
Just maybe to have a look at our opponents. One of the most dangerous players who at before the match started we had mentioned earlier, Asieche, got lost, and when Asieche is neutralized, definitely it
Yes.
means that our central midfield, Fabrice and Thuma, were on another level in this match. They took charge completely and had the authority in the game.
You know, the thing about Elias Siche is he's one very versatile player. He's a player who can play in any position. And when such a burden is put on you in a derby, it becomes very, very difficult for you as the team captain to carry it on your shoulders. Elias Siche needed assistance from his teammates that he felt he was not getting. You could see the frustration on his face. But what going into this match, especially into the second half, what Anthony Kimani did, he made sure that he was not giving them space. Every time we lost the ball, you could hear him telling Thiongo, go back to the shape. Go back to the shape. That means that shape they had put was in such a way that it was neutralizing Elias Siche and he could not get the space he needed. Now, when you block such a player like Elias Siche from getting balls, that means he cannot feed his he cannot feed his strikers properly, and that is exactly what we needed. He was not giving in the crosses. By the time the crosses were coming in, they were being collected very well. And I have to say, for me, my man of the match, um, apart from Rupia, of course, scoring the goals, has to be Suma. Look at the way he collected the 50-50 balls from the midfield. Look at the way he commanded that midfield, and he showed these guys, you know what, I can do this. Suma has had a beautiful game. They've done a good job neutralizing Elias Iche. So at the end of the day, it was just about getting that one man into their pocket. And once they did that, they were in control of the game.
There's something about defenders and long balls, and whenever you have a team that can deliver long balls just behind the defense, it's something that we see a lot of defenders struggling in. Two of our goals, actually three so far this season, have come from similar environments where you we are putting balls behind the defender, and our strikers are very good in moving. Rupia definitely is enjoying now staying in the last third. Do we
Yes,
maybe do we expect him to now go in and break the current record that exists at the club?
he is going to break that current record if he keeps playing the way he is playing. He is going to be one of the players to watch out for in this season, because I told you, once um, a striker knows how to place himself, especially in between defenders, you have better movements, because you as a striker know the weaknesses of these defenders. Most defenders who can actually go very high are not exactly the fastest. And Rupia has pace and he knows how to turn. The moment that happens, from a striker, once he's read how the defenders are, it becomes easy for him to make his movement. And I told you, once Rupia gets that right, the goals started coming in, and that was just the key to unlocking FC Leopards win today.
Great start, and definitely we still have other youngsters on the bench. We have Selassie Atieno, who is back in training. He's also a striker. We have Lewis Bandy, who is also one of the fullbacks back in the club currently. So much depth for our new signings, and seems like the coach is now spoiled for choice, especially when going to a match day and with the mood that is there and the kind of atmosphere with this kind of win. Next match, if going forward, what do we look forward to the next match? Because now our focus shifts. We finish this match, we go to the next match.
Victor, the thing about football is that you have to take it one game at a time, and that is exactly how FC Leopards is taking it, one game at a time. In the next match, if I was Anthony Kimani Modo, I would try and seal it in the first half so that I also give a chance to these youngsters to play. Today is not even a game we needed Harrison Mwendwa, and he didn't even start. So next match, they would probably be a good game to start Harrison Mwendwa just to maintain the match fitness. But if we can seal the next game in the first half and then give a chance to these other younger players, it will be very good for FC Leopards, because again, match fitness is very important when it comes to the league. Remember, the league is a marathon. This is not a sprint. You need your players, as many as possible, all of them fit.
Great. One thing that I'm reminded of is that Rupia's hat trick is actually the third since our promotion. The first hat trick was by Demonde Selenga in 2010 against KCB. Last year we had
I remember that game. I was in the stadium. I remember it very
yes,
well.
yes.
I've never
I
been
know
so
it was.
excited.
That is the day I noticed Norman never leave the stadium before the match is over. The kind of fighting
Yeah.
spirit that team had. Then last season we had John Mark Makwata giving us a hat trick against Zoo in Buhungu, um, on a match which we brought on FC TV. And this season, now we have Elvis Rupia taking charge because Elvis Rupia just had equaled Makwata's record of scoring a brace continuing in a season. Now he has three braces and a hat trick, joining an elite group. But then we need that kind of firepower if we are to go in for the league. How many goals should we set as a target if we have to compete for this title?
No one has ever broken the record that was set by Boniface Sambani in his last season in Tasca, and that means that we have something to look forward to. Boniface Sambani scored about 26 goals in that season, and the season after that, it was I think Olunga who was very close to getting to that kind
Jesse
of.
Were, Jesse Were had 23
Jesse Were,
goals
sorry, yes,
in
it was Jesse
2015
Were
years.
who had 23 goals. Now, what Elvis Rupia needs to do is give himself targets. He should say, by the time the first half of the season is coming to an end, these are the number of goals that I want to have achieved. At the end of the second half of the season, these are the number of goals that I want to achieve. So, if he can do that, if he can say, by the time the first season is coming to an end, I want to be on 15 goals. I want to be on 20 goals. He can actually say that because as a striker, you know your strength, you know your targets. What he can do, if he can get the likes, if he can score such goals against SOFAPAKA, imagine what he would do when he's meeting the likes of Bihiga, when he's meeting the likes of Zoya, when he's meeting the likes of Wazito FC. These are teams that he can easily score more goals when he's meeting the likes of Kariobangi Sharks. These are teams that he can equally score very good goals, and the target has to be that in each game, FC Leopards has to get at least 2 goals for him to reach his target. So my advice to Elvis Rupia would be set a target by half season. How many goals does he want to have? Because it's very possible to score more than 26 goals as he is going right now.
5 goals against Sofapaka in the last two matches. What a statistic which we expected. 2 clean sheets to the start of the season. The best start of the season we've had in quite a long time. As we count down to looking forward to hopefully giving more and more results that will be positive towards us closing, and really that 22-year wait has been on our shoulders, and here at FCTV we are going to bring you that engagement. And starting next week, Gladys Midecha brings you an Ingwe fans engagement forum whereby you need to just talk to her. You'll be joining the show with her for 30 or so minutes. Give her your opinion, give her your comment. I will not be there. I'll be behind the scenes. But Gladys, thank you for joining us. I Teams Rogers
Thank you very much
and
for
team
having me.
at the stadium are still celebrating. I want to thank you and see you in the Ingwe fan show that we'll be having in the course of the week. And thank you for your analysis
Yes,
today. Otherwise, from us at FCTV, we thank you fans for tuning in. See you next time. God bless you.
God bless.